Hi everybody. My mouth is still very swollen and there's no numbness there now. That's all worn off, but still very numb. And if this journey of mine helps somebody else, if you need something done, whatever it is, dental wise, bone wise, go get it done. Because anticipating it and worrying about it and suffering the effects of it is far worse than just addressing it. I promise you, that's true. I'm going to show you all that happens with me to the shades are then gone, all of these are gone. That one's staying in, some are staying in there, some are staying in there. There's 2 or 3, I'm not sure, that have got to come out. And then we're going to talk and decide what's going to be done with my jaw and with the dentures and what have you. I don't know, I've got no idea. So I trust my dentist and I'm going to be guided by him. I can assure anybody who is concerned about going to the dentist because they haven't been in years. I mean, I haven't been in 3 years, and I was going every 3 months because of, my jaw was going funny at that time because of the medication, although I didn't know it was the medication's fault. So I was going every 3 months to address, keep my teeth nice and to ensure that my jaw wasn't falling apart, which it has. So I can assure you, if you haven't been to the dentist for 2 years as me, they're not going to judge you for that. We've all had COVID lockdowns, haven't we? And if you haven't been for 5 years, or you haven't been for 10 years, the dentists are not there to judge. They're not judges, they're dentists. They're there to do a job of work. And their job of work is to make better and improve the life of people who have problems with their teeth. So please go either to your dentist or to a dental hospital or clinic. Please go. And if you've got teeth that are going funny, go and get them out. Even if you can't get what you're looking at or afford or what you want, then go toothless for a while. What does it matter? You've seen the spoon lady, doesn't stop her, and it won't stop me. This is something. I'm 73, I'll be 74 this year in September. And losing my teeth was as a result of the medication. So I'm glad to have gotten to this age with my mouth reasonably intact until this happened. So I'm not bothered about it, not anymore. I was initially, but not anymore, as you can see. And anything you want to ask me, just ask me. Right, back to this. I did say I'd come on and do a short reaction to Foodie and her taking the part white knighting for Cyraxx, or Chance Wilkins, is it? Yeah, Chance James Binley Wilkins. He is a known, apparently, paedophile. And was he convicted? He's become notorious online, I'm reading this, for his anger, pedophilia, sexual abuse, I don't know how that panned out, and other controversial actions. He is noteworthy for his rages. Who does that remind you of? That occur when he interacts with internet trolls. Many people find it comical and use it as a source of entertainment. Due to this, he has often been compared to other infamous YouTubers. Oh, YouTube, Chris Chan, there would be. So he was born in September 1990. His father, Rupal, was convicted in 1994. He was sentenced to 20 years for raping a 14-year-old kid. Cyraxx's mother was intellectually disabled and unable to care for her child. Because of this, Cyraxx had to move in with his grandmother, Sally Wilkins. He was bullied at school for his deformed appearance. He was also very unintelligent. I don't know who's making these claims, but this is what I'm reading off YouTube Wiki. Unintelligent to the point where teachers had to grade him based on his drawings, leading him to being, he was in high school until he was 23 years old. So, his first YouTube account was in 2010, music, on February the 14th, 2012, Cyraxx was arrested for strangling and beating up his grandmother, Sally. He told police he had blacked out and didn't remember what had happened, although it was an argument apparently about him walking to Canada. He still lives with Sally and her boyfriend Ed in Akron, Ohio, and doesn't have a job. There's a video, I don't know whether it's the one I got the link to, it might be, where you see Ed on camera. It's a video where Cyraxx is arrested recently. And I thought they were related. I thought it was his grandfather because they look very much alike. Not related. In June 2023, last month before, trolls were protesting outside Cyraxx's house for him being a sexual predator. I think that was to do with a girl, a 13, 14-year-old girl, who he'd been in contact with and had been sending her messages, and she'd been replying, and he'd been sending her dick pics. You know what they are? And, of course, it wasn't a young girl. It was a honey trap set up to ensnare him, and they did. In July 2023, neighbours began throwing eggs at their house, Cyraxx and his grandmother. He's had multiple YouTube channels, blah, blah, blah. Right. This is Cyraxx, what he says to somebody, a troll, on a phone call. Quote, "I'm telling you right now, boy, if you do not stop, I'm hunting every single one of you down and murdering every single one of you guys by the law. Try me, boy. I'm not afraid of murder-ing a bitch like you who thinks he's a badass. You're not a badass, boy. You're a punk-ass little kid. Unquote. That was Cyraxx giving a death threat to one of the trolls. He's become infamous for his anger and raging, mostly occurring when he interacts with trolls. So, Chantal comes on and in this little clip, here's what she says. Now, bear in mind, he's a predator and a predatory YouTuber who rages. Right, listen to this.
Like, he's got issues. He's autistic. Like, he's highly mentally unstable.
That's not a mental illness.
People are disgusting. They make content out of, oh my god, guys, did you see the rage? He got arrested. They call the cops on him. They're pieces of crap. I don't understand that culture of, oh, Volko. I hate that stuff. Don't even get me started. So pathetic. To get entertainment out of antagonizing someone with mental illness and like,
it's not a mental illness. Go educate yourself.
I don't know how people live with themselves doing.
I don't know how people live with themselves. She has made her channel and she makes her money on her gross behaviour. She has shown herself to be a predator, both on YouTube and on Tinder, and also with that young 16-year-old boy, remember, on Omegle, when she got him to show a pic, a dick pic, and then she showed it to her beezers, and they were laughing. He was a 16-year-old kid. You should have lost your channel for that. Actually, I think you did for a time. She did lose the channel, and she regained it on the night before she went to Cuba. How coincidental was that? She must have influence somewhere, don't you think? She brings in a lot of money for YouTube as well as for herself. So anyway, you know, a Cyraxx, just like Chantal, predator. Cyraxx, just like Chantal, rages and hurls insults at any and everybody. Cyraxx, just like Chantal, is an arrogant little bugger. In her case, rather a big bugger. And all these things can also be applied. I was going to try and find something else about it. All these descriptions can be applied also to Karate Joe. Do you remember Karate Joe? He was a beezer, one of the big beezers in her community. I think he was a mod. And it was discovered that he had a record for being a pedophile. So Chantal takes up with these people. So what does that say about her? Even after she knows, in the case of Karate Joe. And you know why she does it? She does it to bring more notoriety to her channel. I wouldn't be surprised at all if her interaction now with what's going on with Cyraxx becomes part and parcel of what's going on with her, and she gives her channel a boost in some way, somehow. That's if Sarah doesn't object, because remember, she's a devout Muslim woman. Not. You're all predatory. You all rage. you're all stinking people, basically. But you bring in the money, and that's what it's all about, isn't it, Chantal? Bringing in the money, keeping your man dependent on you, allegedly. I'll speak to you all tomorrow, everybody. Good night.